Hello everybody and welcome to level 1 of 51 great animation exercise to master. This is a list of very useful exercises to understand animation, to work on your animation skill. They can really help to understand the 12 principles of animation. You can find the list on the site animator.com. I leave the link in the description. For the people who don't know, the 12 principles of animation are an essential part of the logic behind the movement and the composition of an animation. The principles are squash and stretch, anticipation, staging, straight head action and post-pose, follow-through and overlapping action, is in, is out, or also slow in or slow out, arcs, secondary action, timing, exaggeration, solid drawing, and appeal. In this series of video, I just want to talk about how I made this exercise and tell a little bit about the logic that I put behind them. So let's start. The first exercise is ball bouncing in place. It's a loop and it's actually a very simple exercise if you know how a ball is supposed to react when it hits the ground. I think that it's really important in animation is to look up at some reference to understand better a movement and the physics behind it. For a ball bouncing, I think that you might ever notice if you ever throw a ball is that it stays more time up in the air because it goes up, you reach the highest point and then it goes down. And gravity is what attracts the ball back. So it's not a ball that is moving on its own, there is physics behind this action. In ball bouncing across the screen, there is the same logic, just that instead of it being a loop, there is a decay. So the ball loses energy the more it moves to the screen. Brick falling was a bit more tricky because I had no idea how to animate a brick, and in fact the first time that I did the exercise the result was more like a book that it was falling. It wasn't really a brick. A brick is solid, it's not elastic at all, and it's also heavy. So I remade the exercise, and in the moment of the impact all the weight of the brick don't let it bounce or do anything like that, it just fell in the ground really hard. Simple head turn. So for this exercise I saw a lot of people doing it in very different way, so I decided to do it in two ways. This one where it's just turning from one rotation position to another one. The head is not moving in space, while in the other one it's moving from a point A to a point B. So it's not just turning, it's also moving. Character head turn with anticipation was one of the most difficult exercises of this level for me. I still think I didn't do well the anticipation part for the head turn, but at least I can say that I tried, and I will probably redo this exercise another time. Character blinking seems like a very simple exercise, but you have to consider that when a character is blinking, it's not just the eyes that are moving, but also there are facial muscles that get involved with it. So when I animated it, I haven't just moved the eyes. To make understand that also the face is moving, I moved the eyebrow. There is a big difference between animating it with the eyebrows or no, and also the fact that I'm not animating in 3D, the element that I can get involved with the blinking to make it look natural are not a lot, in this case just the eyebrow. Character thinking was actually pretty simple. A thing to keep in mind while you animate is body language. Body language can tell us many things about the characterization of a character, about the personality, but also how are they emotionally, if they are happy, if they are worried. So in this case, a simple hand in the face can just emphasize the fact that the character is thinking. The other exercise have the floor sack as main character. So the floor sack, it's very important to understand movement and weight because a floor sack is very simple to draw, and at the same time it has a lot of weight in it. The waving animation was very simple, then jumping was more difficult for the simple fact that a floor sack cannot really jump, but if it could, it will have a lot of difficulty to doing that, because it is really heavy. So the first time that I made it, the animation looked like it wasn't a floor sack, but a frog. So I remade it, and I had clearly in mind that the floor sack is not light at all. I made another version of it where the floor sack is trying to move from a point A to a point B when it's jumping, so it's moving in space with a jump. And in this jump there is a lot of strength that the floor sack is putting to doing it, and it's emphasized with the anticipation of the jump. Floor sack falling was much more simple. And then floor sack kicking about, this was more difficult from all the other exercise, for the simple fact that the floor sack doesn't have a leg, so I had no idea how to make the run to get the energy for the kick. So I made two versions, one where it's still and then it kicked the ball, and then another one when it's running and then it's kicking the ball. I'm not sure if I get it right, there is a lot of room for improvement, but this is why I'm doing this exercise in the first place. So these were all the exercises that I made for level 1. This took me a week and a half. It's a lot, but I wanted to give all the exercise all the time that it was necessary to get a result that I thought that it was okay, that it was nice. And I'm going to continue doing all the exercise, so the next video of this series is going to be for level 2. For the people who want to know, I made this animation with FireAlpaca, which is a free program. It's very simple to use, and for animation there is an option called on skid mode that you can activate. If you have any critics, tips, or any question, you can write them and ask in the comment. I will be very happy to read and answer them. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Ciao ciao!